Vinicius Jr. is at the center of every discussion, everywhere, all the time, no matter the topic. People talk about him when he shines in big matches, something he excels at. But he's also a hot topic when he loses his temper on the pitch, often reacting to provocations and mockery. His emotions sometimes get the better of him. Beyond his performances and controversies, his future remains a daily headline in the Spanish press. The lure of Saudi Arabia is growing stronger, and the Brazilian isn't entirely indifferent to the massive financial offers coming from the Gulf. Several factors now point to a serious possibility Vinicius Jr. could leave Real Madrid sooner than expected. From a Brazilian prodigy to Real Madrid's star, Vinicius Jr.'s journey. Vinicius Jr. arrived at Real Madrid as a highly rated Brazilian prospect, yet almost no one believed in him. When he left Brazil, most local journalists were convinced he wouldn't make it in Madrid. The €45 million transfer fee paid by Los Blancos for a then 16-year-old unknown talent seemed like a massive gamble, almost a joke. After a rough start marked by poor finishing and questionable decision-making, Vinicius gradually found his place. His development has been nothing short of extraordinary, one of the most remarkable progressions in modern football. Few expected him to become such a pivotal figure at Real Madrid. He played a crucial role in winning the 2022 Champions League alongside Karim Benzema, and last season, he was the driving force behind Madrid's success. At just 24 years old, Vinicius has already left a lasting mark on the club. Many believed he was destined to win the Ballon d'Or. After his stunning hat-trick against Dortmund, the award seemed inevitable. Major media outlets, including Marca and AS, had already crowned him the next winner. But on the night of the ceremony, there was a shock. Rodri walked away with the trophy. For many in the football world, it was an unfair decision. Reports later revealed that Vinicius had even planned a celebration with his friends before flying to Paris, only to be left devastated when he received the news. However, he found some consolation by winning FIFA's The Best award. Yet, the weeks that followed were turbulent. Rumors and speculation surrounding his future intensified. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund PIF is determined to lure Vinicius to the Middle East. And last August, he seriously considered leaving before ultimately deciding to stay committed to Real Madrid at least until June 2027. Despite this, the Brazilian has yet to sign a contract extension with Madrid, even though negotiations have been ongoing since the summer of 2024. Saudi Arabia's record-breaking offer and Vinicius Jr.'s uncertain future. Saudi Arabia is doing everything in its power to lure Vinicius Jr. away from Real Madrid, with a jaw-dropping €300 million transfer proposal and a historic €1 billion contract over 5 seasons, equating to an astonishing €200 million per year. According to AS, this offer is expected to be resubmitted next summer. Meanwhile, the Saudi Pro League is actively searching for the right club to welcome the Brazilian star. Initially linked with Al Ahly, Al Hilal has now emerged as the frontrunner, especially after Neymar's anticipated return to Santos in January. Surprisingly, it wasn't Saudi Arabia that made the first move. According to Marca, it was Vinicius' own entourage that initiated contact back in 2023. Yet, despite all the rumors and speculation, Vinicius remains publicly committed to Real Madrid. After winning the Intercontinental Cup with Los Blancos, he reaffirmed his desire to stay and achieve more milestones with the club. Making history here is something very important for me and my entire family. I hope to stay here for many more years, he declared on Real Madrid TV just weeks ago. Even Carlo Ancelotti has shown no signs of concern regarding his star player's future. Real Madrid and Vinicius have already started new contract negotiations, but there's tension. The club has made an initial offer, which the Brazilian rejected, considering it insufficient. While Madrid is willing to increase his salary, they have no intention of engaging in financial excesses. This disagreement has fueled speculation about potential friction between Vinicius and the club's management, adding to the uncertainty. Internal issues within the dressing room could also play a role in pushing the Brazilian toward the exit door. Vinicius Jr.'s role under threat at Real Madrid, with Kylian Mbappe's rival last summer, The dynamics at Real Madrid have shifted. The French star, who was once in Vinicius Jr.'s shadow, is now taking center stage. AS even highlighted comments from Eric Dimeco on RMC, suggesting that a rivalry is brewing between the two superstars, likening it to two roosters in the same henhouse. Meanwhile, Sport recently reported that Real Madrid is now faced with a Vinicius problem, as the Brazilian has allegedly voiced concerns over Carlo Ancelotti prioritizing Mbappé. This situation complicates things for Vinicius, potentially influencing his future at the club. The rise of Mbappé, the consistent performances of Jude Bellingham, and the overall evolution of Madrid's attacking setup could push the club's management to consider an exit strategy for the former Flamengo prodigy. Vinicius endured a dip in form earlier this season before regaining momentum in October and November, only to struggle with inconsistency once again. Marca claims the Brazilian has experienced a sudden disconnect, which has negatively impacted his goal-scoring numbers. Since late November, he has lagged behind his attacking teammates and is not even among the club's top 3 goal scorers. His drought in La Liga lasted for 3 months since his hat-trick against Osasuna on November 9th. He had to wait until February 23rd in a match against Girona to find the back of the net again. The situation escalated further when Vinicius was unexpectedly substituted during El Clasico, while Madrid was trailing a rare move, considering he is usually left on the pitch until the final whistle. According to AS, both his entourage and club executives were taken aback by this decision, adding to the growing tension. The report also suggests that Vinicius no longer feels untouchable at Real Madrid. Vinicius' temperament causing friction within the club. One of Vinicius Jr.'s biggest weaknesses remains his inability to control his emotions. His short temper often leads to unnecessary confrontations, whether with referees, opponents, or even his own teammates. He has been known to make a scene over minor incidents, including added time at the end of matches. His behavior is becoming a concern internally. In a Copa del Rey match against Leganés, Vinicius was criticized for failing to track back defensively. Luka Modric, visibly frustrated, scolded his teammate on the pitch. Relevo reports that senior figures within the squad, including the Croatian captain, have already given Vinicius a stern talking to following his red card against Valencia. While Vinicius is generally well-liked within the squad, the dressing room leaders do not hesitate to call him out when necessary. Even the Spanish media seem to be growing weary of his antics. El Chiringuito host José Pedrerol bluntly stated, "Vinicius doesn't care about anything." Meanwhile, Sport claims that some within Real Madrid's management believe his departure could be beneficial, especially considering the club's need to battle constant provocations and a divisive figure in Spain. No player in Spain faces as much hostility from opposing fans as Vinicius Jr. Whether at home or away, he is relentlessly taunted by rival supporters and sometimes even by opposing players. This often results in emotional outbursts and disciplinary issues, such as his infamous red card against Valencia when he struck the opposing goalkeeper. However, this animosity has also fueled some of his best performances. When Manchester City fans unveiled a tifo mocking him, Vinicius responded in the best way possible by delivering a match-winning display. I saw the tifo," he said after the game. "Every time rival fans do something like this, it gives me more energy to play a great game, and that's exactly what I did here." Carlo Ancelotti has consistently defended his star winger, acknowledging that it is difficult to be Vinicius Jr., particularly given the relentless scrutiny he faces, the shadow of racism and lack of institutional support. Beyond sporting rivalries and provocations, Vinicius has also been the target of repeated racist abuse in Spain. In the recent Copa del Rey match against Real Sociedad, he was once again subjected to racist chants. Instead of showing frustration, he merely smiled, perhaps a sign of exhaustion rather than indifference. He has previously spoken out against the racism he faces, going so far as to criticize Spain as a country for failing to address the issue adequately. "Spain is a racist country," he stated in a bold condemnation of the repeated incidents. While Real Madrid has supported him publicly, Vinicius himself feels that the backing has not always been strong enough. His outspoken nature and refusal to stay silent on such matters have made him a controversial figure. In Spanish football, with growing tensions inside and outside the club, his future at Real Madrid remains uncertain. Vinicius Jr.'s future hangs in the balance. This ongoing situation could push Vinicius Jr. to consider leaving Spain, a country that may not fully appreciate his value. A recent poll revealed that 57.6% of respondents would like to see the Brazilian leave Real Madrid and La Liga for the Saudi Pro League. However, there is a silver lining. The president of La Liga, Javier Tebas, has admitted that Vinicius has played a crucial role in changing how racism is addressed within Spanish football. He publicly acknowledged, "He made us realize, both publicly and privately, that we needed to dedicate more effort to combating racism. What we've seen with these recent incidents has created greater awareness of this issue." But beyond this major societal impact, the bigger question remains, is it Vinicius who is pushing for an exit? Or is Real Madrid looking to move him on? Or perhaps both? Real Madrid moves to secure Vinicius' future. With all the speculation and rumors surrounding his future, it's difficult to know what to believe. However, according to AS, Real Madrid has now stepped up its efforts to extend Vinicius' contract. Club president Florentino Perez, who originally planned to address the matter in the summer, has reportedly fast-tracked negotiations. He has already asked the player for his financial demands to sign a new deal. Currently earning €15 million per year, Vinicius is among the club's highest-paid players, with a salary matching that of Kylian Mbappe and exceeding Jude Bellingham's. However, Real Madrid is keen on maintaining a structured wage balance among its stars. While discussions intensify, reports from Relevo suggest that Vinicius' teammates often joke with him about the Saudi interest, fully aware that the staggering sums being offered are hard to ignore. They understand that a summer departure is entirely possible. For now, Vinicius remains quiet, not allowing the speculation to affect his performances. Meanwhile, Saudi clubs are waiting patiently, monitoring every development in contract talks between the player and Real Madrid, ready to pounce at the first sign of trouble. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon for another episode of Football Bad Boys.